Definitely one of my happy days. Today I'm going to be harvesting from my Pluot trees and from one of my peach trees. Now this one in front of me is a Dapple Dandy Pluot. Absolutely my favorite fruit. In fact, I would have to say that the Dapple Dandy Pluot, oh my gosh, this branch is loaded. I just dropped two of them. Hang on. Now these might look nondescript on the outside, but actually they are fantastically delicious. And as I was saying, in fact, these are the fruits that got me growing a fruit orchard.
Hi, I'm Kim, and this is Olive City Oasis here in Northern California, Zone 9B. I am about to go water my veggie garden at 7 p.m. today, but at 7 a.m. this morning, I was doing something quite different. I was noticing that a couple of my fruit trees definitely needed to be harvested, and the best time to harvest fruit, if you can possibly do it, is early in the morning. So if you haven't been to my channel before, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And if you're a returning viewer, a subscriber even, well, thank you so much for your support and for coming back to share more of my garden and orchard with me. Now, let's go take a look at what the orchard has to offer us today.
Now, when I first moved here 11 years ago, I had not ever grown a fruit tree, and very rarely had I grown any veggies or flowers. Many years ago in the past, maybe once or twice. So it was all new to me, and I didn't start right away. The first year or two I was here, I actually just went to the local farmers markets. And there I bought all kinds of delicious fruit, including the Dapple Dandy Pluot. And again, it doesn't look like much on the outside, does it? But I discovered very quickly these are delicious. The outside might be a light yellowish green, but the inside ranges from a light pink to a dark pink. And always they have the most just amazing sweetheart taste. But yes, every week, twice a week, I'd go to the farmers markets and buy so much fruit, but especially so many Pluots. And pretty quickly, the farmers, the gardeners who were bringing their wares to the market said to me, you buy so much of those, you might want to grow them. I did have one lady, though, that was telling me, don't bother. People say they're going to do that, and they never follow through. They don't take care of their trees. They never get any fruit because they're not patient enough to wait, and et cetera, et cetera. And I kind of took it as a challenge. And I thought, yeah, I do eat so much of this. I should grow my own. And so the very first fruit trees I bought were plums and pluots. And guess what? I was patient, and patience pays off. So let's get harvesting. I want to see how many pluots I'm going to get off this one Dapple Dandy tree. Now the ones that are in full sun all the time, they do turn a little pink on the outside, but they don't need to turn pink to be ripe. And to harvest them, they're ready when you slightly twist them and they come right off. You never want to pull them off the tree. You'd probably break the tree right where the fruiting spur is. All right, let's get back to it. Just look at all this fruit. Each branch is just loaded all the way up. It just keeps going. Yeah. I probably have 25, 30 pluots on this one 3-4 foot branch that's hanging down here. Well, I was right. 27 pluots on the one branch. These guys get sheared this week. But right now, they're just enjoying the apricot leaves that I've been giving them from the nearby apricot suckers. I'm up to 200 pluots. And of course, that's not counting all the pluots I've been eating off the tree for the last couple of weeks. Is it, Coco? No, it is not. Now the pluot, if you're not aware, is a cross between the plum and the apricot. It's not a plum cod. That was an earlier attempt at hybridization that wasn't necessarily as successful. Pluots, on the other hand, have been widely recognized as wonderfully delicious, and the trees are so easy to grow. Pluots are not self-fertile. They do need a cross-pollinator, and basically a plum tree, like the Santa Rosa plum, does wonderful, but it can also be pollinated by other pluot trees. So you'll want to check that when you go to get your own variety of pluot. Make sure you get a tree that will cross-pollinate with it. Now these, as I said, are dapple dandies. Another name for them is dinosaur egg. If, like me, you're concerned about not eating genetically modified foods, you might think the pluot, being a hybrid, is a GMO food, but that's not true. Actually, pluots were hybridized in the late 80s using traditional hand pollinating methods. All right, I am up to 262 pluots, and I think I need to go get some paper bags. Now, in addition to getting the right cross-pollinator for your pluot tree, you also want to make sure that the variety you're getting has the right number of chill hours for your area. Now, what are chill hours?
Chill hours are the hours your fruit tree spends during the dormant season between 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, they don't need to be consecutive hours, just the cumulative total during the dormant season.
Anything below 600 hours is considered a low chill tree. This dapple dandy pluot, which is hardy in zone 6 to 9, has a chill hour requirement of between 400 and 500 hours. So even here in hot, dry Northern California with our mild winters, we meet this chill hour requirement, as you can see, and I have loads of fruit. If you try to grow a fruit tree outside of its chill hour requirement, you're not really guaranteed much fruit at all. I have pushed the boundaries on a few of my trees, like say my cherry trees, but thankfully I've had good success with them. Now, backyard orchard culture encourages you to keep your fruit trees pruned low. After all, you don't need them to be higher than you can reach. That just means you have to get ladders out, and I can testify from personal recent experience when my son broke his pelvis that ladders are not always reliable. As you can see, this tree is low except for a few branches that got away from me this year. So I will carefully harvest those, or maybe leave them for the birds, and definitely get those branches pruned down come this fall. Overall, I am so pleased with how this 5-year-old tree has done this year. I have so many pluots to do all kinds of things with. I've been happily munching as I harvest, of course. Oh, I missed one. Look at that right there. Another scrumptious morsel of goodness. Look how dark the inside of this one is. Delicious. Now, the dapple dandy pluots are supposed to be ready for harvesting as of August 1st for a 2 or 3 week period. But here it is, July 18th, a couple weeks ahead of time, and I'm harvesting them now because they're ready now. I've been sampling them over the last 2 weeks, and they're just ready now. And I know if I wait, I'll be harvesting far less because the birds will find them. Grand total is something over 320 pluots here. I lost track a little bit up after 300. And again, that's not counting all the ones I've been eating. But yep, this is the last one. It was the tallest one, and I managed to get it just by carefully bending down the flexible branches. These are very sturdy trees. I haven't had any branches on any of my pluot trees break, as opposed to my peach trees. I mean, peaches are a little heavier, but I don't know. This tree was laden down, and some of these branches, very long, had no issues whatsoever. Really looking forward to making some plum jam and some plum cobbler. Of course, I mostly eat them fresh, but definitely going to be doing that this week. And also some plum syrup. I still remember back in the day when I was about 13, my mom harvested our plum tree and she went to make plum jam. And for whatever reason, it didn't work that time. And we had so many jars of plum syrup to eat over the next year. It's a really fun memory and a delicious one. So I think I might just try to make some in her honor. And I'll do it on purpose though.
Now, if you haven't tried a bunch of different varieties of Pluots before, this is the time to do it. Go to your farmers markets, not the store, farmers markets, and try as many different kinds of Pluots as you can so that you know what variety that you enjoy the most. Also, if you're going to your local farmers markets to try these, you will know for certainty that these fruits grow in your area. Now it's time to harvest one of my peach trees. This peach tree is a suncrest peach, and like a lot of other peach trees and nectarines and apricots, it is self-fertile, but also like most self-fertile fruit trees, it does produce a lot more if you have a good cross-pollinator for it. Now the suncrest peach usually gets harvested the last couple of weeks of July into the first week in August, and so this one right on time. I've noticed the birds have been attacking it this week, and I just hadn't gotten around to harvesting it. Sometimes people ask how they'll know their fruits are ripe. Well, of course you can look it up on Google, but that does not really tell you because your microclimate and the particular weather you're having that year, it's all going to play a part on when your fruits are ready. But one thing is sure, if the birds are decimating your fruit, they're past ripe. You can go get them now. If you got a beautiful fruit like this, but then you turn it around and the other side looks like this, yep, that means it's ripe. Tell you what, I'm not going to throw this away though. No way I'm wasting it. I either eat this fresh, this half, or I take it in and cut the good half off. It's great for cobbler. Now the Suncrest peach requires 700 chill hours, so a bit more than my Dapple Dandy Pluot, but I haven't had any problem getting those chill hours and getting plenty of fruit. Now if you're wondering how you can find out what kind of chill hours you have on average in your area, it's very easy to find that information. You can look it up online. There are charts that you can look up your zip code, or you can call someone locally, your county extension, the agriculture department at a college. Lots of places you can get this information, but you'll probably be able to find it online very simply.
Notice what's going on here? I have a chair, a very sturdy chair, propping up a branch. Yeah, that's the on-the-fly budget method of supporting your trees. I have been kind of bad in the past at thinning my peach trees. I don't know why. Peaches are the worst. I guess because peaches to me are so valuable, each and every one. But let me tell you from experience, you do not want to not thin your fruit because peach tree branches will definitely break under the weight of peaches. Ask me how I know. These are pretty good size, but the other thing that thinning will help is it'll help me produce a lot bigger peaches. All right, I'm going to harvest these and I'll show you what I've got afterwards. Well, the tree looks a lot happier, I will say now, with the weight off of it. Yeah, and I'm going to try to do a lot better with my peach thinning next time. Meanwhile, I harvested 375 peaches. The ones in the bowl are slightly bird-eaten, so I'll be slicing off the bad parts of that today, and we'll put the others in some sort of, I don't know, jam, syrup, cobbler. Oh yeah, it'd be good for cobbler because they'll already be in pieces. But yeah, 375 today. I harvested about 80 about 3 days ago, and they're in the house. Well, the ones we haven't eaten yet. And then I won't even count all the ones I've been eating over the last 2 weeks as I've been deciding if they're ripe enough. So I just see so much peach cobbler and peach jam in our future.
Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your time in my orchard as much as I did, and I hope you will consider growing fruit trees yourself. There is nothing quite as enjoyable as picking and eating your own fresh fruit, and enjoying it throughout the year, well, that's just an added bonus. Growing your own fruit is simple and rewarding. I have several other videos on fruit trees. Some are how-to, some are just enjoying the orchard for its beauty and for the relaxation of it all. Remember, you can create the garden and the orchard and the life that you want. So why not start right now? Have a great week, and I hope I'll see you again soon.